Welcome to the Business Miracles Podcast. I'm Heather Dominick, founder of BusinessMiracles.com. Since 2010, I've been training highly sensitive entrepreneurs and leaders from around the globe to work less while making more, impact and income by doing things differently. I'm so glad you've joined me. Listen in and get ready for a shift in the way you view yourself, your work, your life. A Business Miracle. This is A Course in Business Miracles podcast episode 136, The Practice of Miracles. Join me on this episode as we dive deep into miracle principle number 2 from the psychological and spiritual curriculum of A Course in Miracles to explore how you can use the power of continuously practicing the ask for a miracle to bring you back from your highly sensitive shadows to your highly sensitive strengths. This is a most important practice for us highly sensitive leaders because if you desire to use your sensitivity as a strength, you must be willing to do things differently than those around you who are not highly sensitive are doing them. So let's start off with a brief activation, an energy activation for today's training and prep for our entire weekly activation today. So I invite you to allow yourself to come to a comfortable position. Just take a moment to put down anything that might be in your hands, pen, pencil, journal, notebook, keyboard, computer mouse, coffee, anything else. Take a moment and just allow your hands to rest comfortably in your lap. Feet planted firmly on the ground beneath you. And then together, let's take a moment and close our eyes. And then together, let's take in a nice, full, strong, steady breath. Breath in and let it out. Now take a moment and roll your shoulders up to your ears and down your back. And just take a moment to notice what that does to the alignment of your spine. And now you can even imagine a string just gently pulling at the top of your head and just bringing that spine into even greater alignment. And then together again, let's take a breath in. Breath in and let it out. And one more time, together, breath in and breath out. Eyes still closed, allowing your breath to remain strong and steady. Now take a moment and take a hand and place it on your heart, and then take the other hand and place it on your core center, your abdomen, your stomach area. Eyes still closed, breath deep, spine aligned, hand on heart, hand on core, seat settled, and feet grounded. Together again, breath in and breath out. Now from this position, see if you can allow your mind to open and release. So you can start by envisioning the center of your mind or your mind's eye gripping like a tight monkey fist, holding on to a peanut or banana, gripping onto all of the thoughts that you've already had in this day, all of the worries that have already passed through your consciousness, all of the concerns, all of the doubt, the guilt, gripping, 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 feeling a sense of judgment of self, of others, just tightening that fist even more. And now, in the center of your mind's eye, as you really zero in on that tight gripped fist, begin to see in the center of your mind's eye, on that movie screen of your mind, the grip releasing, letting go of the pinky, ring finger, middle finger, index, thumb, until the banana drops, the peanut rolls away, and there in the center of your mind's eye is a beautiful open palm, like the lotus blossoming flower. And feel your mind literally relax as you release the grip and open the mind to be receptive, to receive everything that you're meant to receive. Together again, breath in and let it out. And just take a moment and bow your head. Allow your hands to float gently back down to your lap. Allow your eyes to gently come back on open, reorienting to your physical environment. So as we dive into the Course in Miracles principle for today, just a reminder that sometimes you will hear what can sound like discrepancies in the teaching of the Course. And yet within the teachings, the Course will state, do not get hung up on the nuances and details, because that is really a way just simply to distract and not have to have you engage in the deeper work of the Course. Also a reminder of some key terms when working with the Course in Miracles as a psychological and spiritual curriculum. Terms such as the ego mind, which equals the fear-based mind, the Holy Spirit, which is the higher self, and Jesus, which refers to the physical form of the divine. And according to the Course, this physical form is found in each and every one of us. Principle number 2, miracles as such do not matter. The only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. And I will say that again. A Course in Miracles principle number 2, miracles as such do not matter. The only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. And one more time, because it's just that powerful. Miracles as such do not matter. The only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. 3 valuable words in this principle: miracles, source, and evaluation. So a miracle, we remember, according to A Course in Miracles, is a shift in perception. This principle is reminding us that a miracle is not a thing you get, yet it is something that you become. And you might want to write that down. A miracle is not a thing you get, yet it is something that you become, which then gives you a different experience, otherwise known in our physical world as the result. Yet again, this principle reminds us that this result does not matter. Source is capitalized in the written form of this principle, which tells us that this word source is referring to God. And according to the Course, God is present in our mind as the Holy Spirit, or our higher self with a capital S. So miracles do not matter because miracles are part of the same illusory world that the ego is. The miracle is a correction for an illusion or an illusory thought, which also makes a miracle an illusion. So the miracle is only needed in a world of illusion. The miracle is needed in our physical world to help remind us to step away from the illusion and to reconnect with Source. So you do not need a miracle in heaven, and you do not need forgiveness in heaven. However, you need a miracle and you need forgiveness in a place where you believe in sin, suffering, sacrifice, or separation. And that place is this physical world. So Source brings us back to what is real through the miracle. So again, the only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. So let's take a look at the word evaluation. So evaluation is a word that belongs to this world, to the ego mind, the fear-based mind. In this world, we are always evaluating. And the fact that we're evaluating something is a process of judgment. It's a process of perception. So if you're talking about evaluation, you're talking about an evaluator who evaluates something or someone else, or a judge who judges something or someone else. The ego is always judging. The ego is always evaluating. Now, why is that? As a way to try to protect. And let's write that down. So the ego is always judging, the ego is always evaluating as a way to try to protect. The ego judges others as less than, others as wrong, all as a way to say that you are more, you are right, so that you are protected. Or, and this is where the ego mind gets so tricky, so sly. Or the ego mind is judging you as less than, or you yourself as wrong, all as a way to still attempt to protect you by letting you off the hook so that you can get away with not having to fully show up. Let's take a breath in and let it out. Now, this is so key and crucial for those of us who are highly sensitive, because as highly sensitives, we have the keen ability to give extreme attention to detail. We are the ones who will notice the difference in a shade of color. We are the ones who will notice a change in the light. We are the ones who can evaluate the difference of a decibel in sound. And when our highly sensitive nervous system is untrained, then it's easy to take that strength of really being able to pay attention, notice the subtlety in details and environment, and have it shifted into a tool to be used by the ego mind of evaluating and judging of others and judging of self. Yet, according to A Course in Miracles, all this does is create separation. Write that down. Which is ironic and interesting because as highly sensitives, we so often feel like we're the odd ones out and that we're left alone or separate from others who are not highly sensitive. So obviously, the whole process of evaluation has relevance only to the world of perception, which according to the Course is not the world of God. God is beyond all evaluation because God is beyond judgment. God is beyond form. God is beyond separation, and God is beyond perception. So the miracle only matters to the extent that it teaches us that nothing here in this world matters. Once we learn that lesson, then the use for the miracle is over. And then you can join the enlightened ones like Buddha and Mother Teresa. So the purpose of the miracle is a practice. It's a practice that brings us back to Source, God, Holy Spirit, higher self, over and over and over again. And the miracle brings us from our highly sensitive shadows to our highly sensitive strengths over and over and over, which is why we continuously practice the ask for a miracle to bring us back to Source, to help us remember who we truly are. And then through that remembering of who we truly are, then we are here and able to really be of higher service as a highly sensitive leader. Remembering again, the principle states that miracles as such do not matter. The only thing that matters is their source, which is far beyond evaluation. So, with that in mind, when you catch yourself judging either yourself, another, or a situation, pause, reflect, and inquire through these questions. What is my ego trying to protect me from here? What am I afraid to see differently? What do I fear I will have to give up or lose if I change my perception? And then the real key is, as best as possible, when you feel yourself wanting to go into an attack, either of yourself or someone else, pause, reflect, and inquire. If I don't attack, how am I then able to lead?
Thank you for being a part of this Business Miracles podcast episode and for beginning to dip your toe into the journey of highly sensitive leadership training. If you are ready to truly use your sensitivities as strengths in all parts of your work and life, I invite you to connect for a one-on-one chat. You will experience being deeply listened to, and together we'll get a sense of whether the highly sensitive leadership training programs are the best next step for you and your highly sensitive journey at this time. Just go to www.claritycall.com to schedule a conversation. We so look forward to connecting with you. Talk to you soon.